everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you want to book a personal reading, please follow the description box below and we'll get you appointed ASAP. Guys, let's get right into it, okay? I want to get into secrets that your love interest, your twin flame, the one you're watching for, may be keeping from you. If you're one of those sneaky cross watchers, maybe this is something that you're keeping from them, okay? Or maybe it's not something that they're keeping from you, it's something you're keeping from them, okay? So be open to, hearing something you may not want to hear, okay? I'm notorious for that. So, but let's just get right into it. We're going to be looking at 2 decks. I'll have the original Rider-Waite, everyone knows. And then I'll have my other deck here. I'll have it linked below if you want to go and purchase that. So the cards are pre-shuffled. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, and the subscribes. And continue to like, comment, and subscribe. So keep the negative comments to yourself. Negative comments are ones like, hey, I don't want him. He doesn't want me. He's a bitch. He's a narcissist. He doesn't like to share money with me or spoon feed me. What is it? Spoon feed me. So just leave those things to yourself. But, please, though, spread the word. I do want to get into it because I'm feeling that they're keeping something from me that we don't know. So I know that a lot of us are looking for, answers that we're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So let's go ahead and tap into those viewers' minds and intellect, okay, and try to get a few answers for you in the general reading, okay? So bear with me. This is for really your entertainment purposes only. We will really never know if it does apply with you or not. So the cards are pre-shuffled. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm just going to whip out a few cards, okay? And then we're going to see what we get from that. And then we're going to just flip them all over. And then we're going to see from there. All right, so let's see what we get. Let's see what we get here. So first card I want to, is the 5 of Swords. So it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's defeating yourself. It's denying knowledge or words spoken. A part of this person, even though they like to win at all costs, is what this 5 of Swords really represents. Sometimes winning at all costs means telling white lies or not telling someone the whole truth and saying, yeah, well, I didn't lie to you. I just didn't tell you the whole truth. It's kind of snarky. It's kind of slick or manipulative. But I get with this card from this deck that this person here, the one who's trying to win at all costs, so your divine partner, your divine masculine, let's just save, a rant. Let's just call it a divine masculine, right? They could be whomever. I get that right now they know a truth. They know something, they know, and they know a silence is what I want to say. They know something, and right now they're undercover. Right now they're not able to tell the truth because I don't feel like they're powerful, maybe, or I don't feel like they can totally stand behind what they know. It's like someone who does not want to burn their bridges, and they know that it's inevitable for them too. So if this divine masculine is married, there's something that he knows about you, divine feminine, that he doesn't want them to know. Now, it's something that's extremely clear as they're obviously fighting each other here with their battles and they're slurring words at one another, or they're not attending church together. They're sacrificing major family events right now because there's a secret that is being kept that the divine masculine knows, that he feels, but he doesn't feel like he can open up about it yet without burning his bridges. So I do get that this divine masculine is in a home situation or is in a situation where he can lose everything. So right now he has to play his cards very wise, very smart. We also have the World card is the next card that I picked up. So we know that this is integration, this is movement, this is completion. This is meaning that all of his efforts that he's, they're not going to go into vain. They're not going to go in vain. So I know some of us, it's for an example, it's about maybe we have to travel, maybe we have to leave our childhood home. And maybe we're the last ones standing, take it how it applies. And we have to make a really big leap of faith, but it requires steps, it requires levels, it requires a level mind. There's a word that I want to say. Sorry, I just got a text. It requires patience. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say about this. Even though that there's a winning at all costs kind of ego, yes, it's more of a negative aspect because some people would say, well, you never have to lie. There's always a choice. But right here, it seems like there's no other choice because the divine is working towards this relationship, this connection here with this World card number 21. Okay? All right. Card number 21, it's time to move forward. And if I'm looking at it this way, I'm looking at the number 12. We're way past completion. We're way past completion. We're already, we're on the Page of Pentacles. We're on the Ace of Pentacles, or Wands, or Pages and Aces. Do you understand? And it seems like right now, trying to save other people's feelings, trying to lie to people and have mercy, give mercy and compassion towards people who really have no fault in the matter. Okay, from your perspective, Divine Feminine, or who's watching, it's easy to say, oh, they can just leave, they can up and leave. No, not situations that you've invested in, not situations where there's family. There's 3 people here. So this signifies whether they don't have family, kids, or none of that. They have emotional ties, places where they've grown up, they've lived a part of their lives, a life in. There's some sort of trust here, and they're having to deny that trust. But to get to an ultimate completion, because this is no longer serving them. How long can they keep this up? So I definitely want to figure out what this secret is. Let's get another card from what we picked. The next one is the Temptation card. So this is equivalent to the runner-up, batter-up. It's like this is an equivalent to the Devil. And if you watch my reading right prior to this one, that one is uploaded before this one. And what is it called? The Divine Masculine. Your Divine Masculine's current energy is what that video is called. It's going to be right before this one. And this temptation spoke about third parties and multiple parties, and 2's a crowd, 3's a crowd, everyone that has not to do with the Divine Feminine. This is some of that same energy, that he is defending the Divine Feminine, but also having to save them, having to have mercy for them. So it talks about a karmic situation. It talks about the situation of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine that is yet to come, but it is always existent. Even when I was talking about the reading prior to this one, when the Temptation card came out, was him, there's a bag of loot here, so where we're talking about pentacles, for an example, or anything that we fixate on in the 3D, thinking that is our everything, or those are all that we have. Here is this Divine Masculine realizing that that's not all that I have, is the feud that's going between us, are these simple 3D aspects that I have. This is not everything. Right now they will be okay. I can tell this white lie. I don't have to tell them everything. It's just going to hurt these people. It's just going to hurt them. This is the temptation of believing that right now, of knowing. This is now the knowing. That reading was the believing that it was the Divine Feminine, but this is the knowing that where he is right now, even with the karmic partner, even with the Divine Feminine, is only here because they're fixated on 3D issues that are not serving them. Okay, feeling tempted by, by these white lies, even on its own. Feeling tempted in believing. When you're tempted by something, it's like, oh my God, I really want that. I really want to eat that. You're trying to go on a fast from sweets, right? Okay, or say you're on a complete juice diet, even harder to support your liver function, right? And there's food everywhere. It's like the food trucks. You want food, and you're having to deny yourself that. The temptation is everywhere. The temptation of these people, of what they believe in, and you having to lie to them, and all of that. The temptation of believing that my life right now is only about what I've already been in, and not about the happiness and the true place that I need to be in. Yada yada. So the fact that this is coming on after the World card means that there's some sort of separation, a detachment here with the Divine Masculine, the 3D and the 5D. So when he's in the 5D, he can't be in the 3D. When he's in the 3D, he can't be in the 5D. I'm getting that kind of detachment. What else do we have here is the 3 of Pentacles, same reading. Same reading as the one that I'm referring to. This is being judged. This is sickness and health. This is being a team player, working hard, being put on the spotlight. I get this is probably why he keeps going back to this, is because he feels some sort of ultimatum. Temptation of being stuck here for worldly things. I get that this relationship is only bent on their material wealth that they already have, their reputations, their everything that they've manifested in this life, everything and anything is what keeps them bound this way. And he was so hell-bent, okay, on believing that it was the Divine Feminine, because when he met her, the 6 of Cups came about. Okay, that natural love, that healing, everything was natural. So natural that a lot of us met each other in very shallow or like very vulnerable parts of our lives, and we were rich together in all things. So hell-bent on denying the divine feminine, because where he was where he was supposed to have that kind of abundance. And it didn't happen. So now they realize they're opening up their eyes to what they have, where they are, and what it looks like. It's opening your eyes, okay? Opening your eyes. And the reason why we have the temptation after a completion is because it's something he's already aware of. So now he gets to see it for what it really is. Do you understand? Now he gets to see this for what it really is. This Three of Pentacles talks about teamwork. So this is what that looks like. He's finding a way on how to, and this is part of the divine journey, he's finding a way on how to work together with the people around him that he's manifested everything that they have with. Okay, you take it how it applies, whatever they've manifested in their karmic situations. This is upright. Having to work with it because he doesn't want this feud. He doesn't want to be feeling like he's winning at all costs. But that's a divine thing. That's a divine journey, learning how to be a team player, because he's being sculpted. She's being sculpted. Okay, divine partners into being sculpted to be into a divine relationship. Okay, the Three of Pentacles is only good energy. It's also climbing from the bottom up. Hey, I can do this myself. Like team effort means everybody has to put in their 2 cents. Everybody has to come in forth a 50, 100, whatever. Come to your max potential. So after knowing that this situation here is no longer serving them, and them being able to stand on their own 2 feet is what this talks about, this Three of Pentacles. Being able to stand on your own 2 feet, being able to have the confidence to work in a work field or in a family, in an operation, and not feel like you have to be winning at all costs. Learn how to find a balance in what you know and what you can and cannot do. What else do we have here? I want to get this card. The Fool card. So right after that, guess what he does? He takes a leap of faith. That's all he knows. Once you hear the gospel, once you see your direction, baby, you're going in that direction. Some of us are like, but I have a direction. It's not your right path, is why you can't jump to it. Okay? So this guy has finally found his right path. Let's see where it's going, okay? Let's see what faith he's taking a step forth to. Now that he sees the truth. Now that he has the right balance, okay, and which way to go. Now, this reading is not going to resonate with everyone. Just because it resonated up till thus far, remember, it's a general reading. It's supposed to pique and it's supposed to spike everyone's interest. Next, I want to pick is the Temperance card. So this means that this divine masculine, divine feminine is going to, look, so there's a balance here with the Temperance. We know that in the Rider-Waite it looks like an angel. We have the Empress here. There's a balance, an equal give and take to oneself first and foremost. We have the Nine of Cups and the Hanged Man. This guy is getting spiritual. This person is getting spiritual. This person is believing more in himself than in any just situation itself. Because sometimes you're like, well, how can't you know that relationship is karmic if all you do is this, or if this is all that happens, or you can't do this, and you can't, everything is a no, no, no. Well, sometimes it takes a miracle, baby, and a miracle happened. We're gonna clarify that World card as far as the miracle. Okay, we're gonna clarify what this specific divine masculine knows from this Five of Swords and how it balanced out. But this means that there's balance being portrayed. So they're balancing, they understand, they like it, they want to keep moving forward. This also talks about, I don't care how much fun you're having, or I don't care how much you want me to be a part of that ceremony, or you want me to take pictures with you and post it on Instagram, or go to church with you. Right now I have to focus on myself. None of that means anything if I don't believe it. With more of a humbleness, because it's temperance, So, temperamental not. So next we have the Five of Cups. So this is that sorrow. I was thinking about, I'll show you, I was thinking about a new definition for this Five of Cups. And we know that this woman or this man, your divine partner, is looking at 3 cups spilled and turns his back to the 2 cups that are standing up. The 3 cups that spilled signify Well, when we see it, you know, when they spill over, we imagine that something spilled out of it. Just because the cups are standing up, they're sitting up, doesn't mean that there's anything inside of it. So this talks about a situation that you have to leave. This talks about turmoil that you keep trying to invest in. They're spilled over because you keep messing with them. They're being toppled with. There's 3 here as well. Okay, there's 3 here as well. This third party, this 3 of Pentacles, this 3's a crowd. You know, getting rid of what does not serve you. You know what I'm saying? Getting rid of everything that you keep trying and trying and trying. You keep messing with it. You keep telling the kids, don't mess with the cut, don't mess with the boo-boo. It's not rocket science, baby. Scratching spreads rashes, okay, from Big Daddy, if you know that movie. That's what that 5 of Cups talks about. And it's having sorrow about it because it's like no one wants to lose money. No one wants to lose family. No one wants to lose their manifestations on this 3D, but that's what the temptation card talks about, is being prone to 3D aspects and then not even being able to be in tune to your 5D aspect. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about, this detachment. The divine masculine is not even able to be a part of both. So here he is, being a part of both. Spirituality, 5D and 3D. Learning how to balance the two, because if you're too much over here, well, you don't got over here. If you're too much over here, well, you don't got over there. So he's learning how to be a team player. He's learning how to work and believe in his work. And fortunately for the divine partners, but unfortunately for the karmic partner, is that you are too invested in 3D. Okay, you are too invested in this, enslaving for something that's not supposed to continue. Next, now we have the Wheel of Fortune. I hope it resonates with everyone. Now we have another major arcana. The Wheel of Fortune, card number 10, signifies another completion. Excuse me. It signifies another completion. Okay, we'll hold on a second. I drink about 2 gallons a day, sometimes 3. Ain't mean to brag. But this is a good reading. And I never drink on the reading, so I feel really good about this. Wheel of Fortune, we know that this is calling in good karma, calling in angels, calling in spirits. We saw the Hangman allowing the good energy to flow. You know, it's busting our ass. There's a humbleness here, okay, of like, say you saw that they posted pictures for Halloween, right? Halloween just passed for those of you who know that they're in a relationship, but this also really screams family to me. Say they just posted like Halloween pictures and stuff like that. And I don't know, you see what you see. It's like, sure, they're going to dress up, okay? Let's make it a positive note. Sure, they're going to dress up. Sure, they're going to be a part of everything. But they're only going to be able to profess or display exactly what they can. And so, you know, it's not up to you to say, is he smiling too hard? Is he really in love with her? That's not the point here. The point is that he's working towards something that this relationship cannot hold, cannot withhold, cannot nurture. You understand? Okay. What I want to do is, you know, having to say goodbye, having to look at, you know, look how they're both looking in the same direction. It's just having to say goodbye to the past, having to say goodbye to that 3D aspect that no longer serves you. They're saying goodbye to their drinking habits. They're saying goodbye to anything of the temptation that keeps them stuck, and luckily for us, keeps them without us. Let's clarify with my Tara card deck. Remember, it's going to be posted below. Let's clarify with this deck the World card, okay? Let's see what we get for the World card, shall we? Okay, wow, I broke that. Yeah, okay. I said, yeah, I broke that. We got the Eight of Cups, breaking vows, breaking silence with this Eight of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody is knowledge. Someone is knowledge packed. But the Eight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, the love. Because there's love here. There's a love here that you can't get anywhere else. There's a love here. Some of you are like, well, what if they don't want to share that love with me? They're going to have to. And then you guys, you know, this is not a love that you can walk away from. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to. You're going to have to try. And so anyways, this is the Eight of Cups. It's abandoning someone at the altar. You know, it's being compelled to walk away. Because remember, that can't serve you anymore. And what I meant about the Halloween is that they're going to try to be where they are, but they cannot force it any longer. You can't force it any longer. Once you know your path and direction and you see a clear view, you'd have to be insane not to follow that path. And for those of you who think they're insane, believe me when I say that they have not seen the right path in clear view. We'll clarify that Fool card. For some of you who feel like this is really resonating, maybe you can give them a little bit of a nudge. But and then, you know, also leaving this silence. Silence is not going to be a case for very long. I'm telling you. That's what the World card is clarified for the World card. That's what they know, that this place is not for them anymore, and it's okay. It's okay to move forward. You know why? Because now they're having dreams. They're having deja vu. They're having visions, foresight with the spirituality. This is when the spirituality kicks in as well. It's the knowledge of, you know, this is what it is that you're in. Nobody wants that for themselves. You're only going to want to do better. If you've spent all of this time in this rut, in this quarrel, in this karmic situation, and you tried and you fought and you forced everything that you could, you're telling me you're not going to try, fight, and force for yourself now? Please. Sun card. Woo! We got Leo energy in this bit. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and clarify this Fool card. Why is the Fool? Let me show me the Fool card. Show me someone's divine partner specifically. We got the 7. I saw it. That's 7 of Swords. So it's being directed to leave a situation that is no longer serving you. Sure, you're leaving with your baggage, as this Fool card represents as well. But you're leaving. You're leaving a new person. You don't leave. You don't start. This ain't a fairy tale. You're always going to have something. There's those dreams that I'm talking about. There's those dreams with that 9 of Swords. There you are. It's a calling, baby. You cannot deny it, Wendy Wu. If you got the powers, don't, say shut up and move forward. Okay, that's the Princess Diaries. And that's the dreams that they're having, that they got to give elsewhere. I'm telling you, dude. The balance. So let's get a clarification for this Fool card for whose divine partner we're tapping into today, Spirit. Let's tap into someone's divine partner right now, and let's see what this new start looks for them, okay? You know what we'll also do? We'll clarify the dreams, okay? So we'll start with the Fool card. Actually, let's start with the dreams that they're having. Spirit, tell me about someone's divine partner and the dreams that they're having that's getting them up on their feet to move towards their divine partner. Tell me about the dreams that they're having. What do we got here? Judgment. Major Arcana number 20. So they ain't dreaming. They having nightmares, baby. Look, the Gemini card here with that knowledge that we're talking about. We know now. There's no going back about what this really is. Okay, number 6 here, spirit guides. This person is really being in touch with their spirit guides, as we saw that Hangman there. They're being in touch with something. If it's just their inner selves and they only give themselves credit, so be it. But there's always a voice, and they're listening to that higher voice of themselves. Higher voice, higher power. And it's not that it's not that anybody that they give the credit to for moving forward into better days, brighter days with that Sun card, moving forward with this Knight of Wands is. It's a judgment call. So they're definitely like, okay, a judgment call is something that you cannot you can't put your finger on it. It's right there along with your soul, your spirit, your heart, what you're inclined to, your destiny. This is something that once it shines its light on you, you have to profess, you have to understand, you have to learn. And with this, with this card, if he got caught cheating, he got caught cheating. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things with the Judgment card that it's going to hit you in a way that you're not going to be able to lie. And that's why we see it like this. That's the dreams are showing him truths. Let's see what truths it's showing him, okay? The good and the bad. Let's see the good and the bad. Give me 2 cards, Spirit. So we got the I keep breaking these cards. So we got the Knight, excuse me. We have the, and the Hierophant came out. We have the King of Swords, okay? And the good and the bad. For the dreams, the Judgment card. Okay. So, and then the Page of Swords. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there's something that he did. There was a few readings back that this is what reminds me of. Is him over here trying to win at all costs here. Means that he's been plotting, he's been scheming, he's been manipulative, and he's been someone who's been very smooth talking. He's been like swiper, no swiping. He's been somewhat of a fox. So, and we have that fox there on the side of the bed, and he's been listening to that inner voice. So I think some of the readings I was saying is that some of the divine partners have sent their karmic partners away. They may have resurfaced back. Some of you may know that. But, you know, I had readings about telling you, look, they're going to send them away right now so they can recollect. They've been plotting. They've been scheming. The King of Swords, what is something that they are? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they obtain information and they don't give it back, okay? So that's just one thing I want to understand here. So we understand that with the Five of Swords. Winning at all costs is what we're going to go with these sword energies and with the Nine of Swords. So there's something that they've taken. They've taken someone's innocence. Their innocence has been taken. So whatever they have done to someone has been done to them. So they're having to go back to childhood trauma as that little baby right there, and I believe that's them. Hugging this spirit, in this white. I don't feel like the one in white is them. I feel like there's been something that's happened to them. So right now, you know, they're going through those same withdrawals. Okay, because you're a twin flame, what's been happening is that they're dreaming of what they've done to you that's been so negative. To be able to bounce through it and become a team player, become someone who can be loved, and da da da. The part is the problem is why it's becoming a nightmare is because they're not able to profess that sort of love in their situation. They're going to have to do that in a situation where it means you, the divine feminine or divine masculine who's watching. But, you know, without getting up, without actually getting up, they're not going to be able to. So these dreams, these nightmares of being a fox, being cunning here is that they're getting karma get put back to them. So they're being forced to work. All right, with a Page of Swords, it's talking about being triggered is why I brought you up. It's being triggered. We saw the Hierophant. Being triggered about childhood trauma and being triggered. You've got the Ace of Cups. And what else do we want to know? And the Ace of Swords. So, what are they being told? Eight of Wands. Move. Relocate. Fast-paced change. Why? Why, Spirit? Six of Swords. Leave this trouble behind. There's a lot of arguments where they are. I don't need to change fast. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, we got... Hold on a second. Because of how they treated you. And we got the Ace of Swords again. So back to these two men. These two young men. Or whomever. Yeah, and they're trying to figure it out. So... Give me one more about this Nine of Swords here. Give me one more about this Nine of Swords. Yeah, the Six of Cups. Dreaming about you. And I believe there we go, High Priestess. That's the significance about this twin flame journey. And because we're women, or because we're in our feminine energy, as we should be, we are the ones who may come out, call to help or whatever, but we don't know. That's the thing. That's why we watch these videos. We don't know that they're going for the same help, that they're calling to the same help. They are a mirror of us. So what they're doing is this card that I was showing you. Okay? Especially if they're the ones in situations or situationships and stuff like that, okay? The Ace of Cups and the transformation, okay? Ace of Wands. They're dreaming of you, okay? And it could be you, it could be not, but do you understand? It's linked to you because they had to go through a situation that was going to help them to change and get on a spiritual journey and enter this twin flame journey. The twin flame journey starts, I do believe, when I think it's at the mere fact when you meet each other, but when you start realizing that, wait, what were we holding? What were we doing? What were we saying? Absolutely nothing, but we had everything. You know, and you know what I mean? We were saying absolutely nothing. We actually really did have to fight and work for nothing almost. I mean, if you wanted to be a deadbeat and work and live with your karmic for, I mean, you could do that with me and actually have love, but let's not get off subject here. They're dreaming of you because of the way they treated you with this Lovers in reverse now. Because of the way they treated you, and it brought back old memories. It brought back the way that they've been brought up. It brought back this. And it's heightening everything that they're going through in their karmic situation that they probably would have wanted to be them before them, but they were willing to put the blame on you, someone they didn't know, rather than put it on somebody that they do know, you know, and that's what this is about, you know. So you have to understand why it's the Five of Swords, because they're trying to, okay, they're trying to, die down the mess. That was a big rattle on a truck. You know, they're trying not to hurt someone's feelings, but they're erupting. They can't. You know, this is happening too much. This is happening too much. They're having those dreams about you. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords. Let's see what some of the knowledge is that they're getting from this High Priestess as well. We have knowledge here, so let's see what this Ace of Swords is talking about. Okay, Spirit, let's see what this Ace of Swords is telling him in those dreams. What is it telling? Seven of Cups, all about you. It's all about you. You know what I mean? Like, all about you. Can't even focus. It's like, it's not even about focusing, because what he's focusing on is these nasty desires and temptations of what he's already in. So it's better to focus on that High Priestess. The Seven of Cups is illusions. It's not a negative thing. It could be if he chose wrong. He has been choosing wrong, hence the temptation. But he's thinking about you because he knows that this is where he's supposed to be. You know, when you get with someone, of course you want to be with them forever. So you got to just think of it like that for some of us, that when they get in a relationship with someone, even if they know from the jump, but then, you know, when you have something to compare it to, it's hard. And there's nothing that comes in comparison to you, to us, to the twin flames. There's nothing. And, look, because no one else can make you feel this way. Not like a twin flame can. No one else can do this for you. No one else. And let's see what else we get. Okay. Seven of Wands. So this guy's rushing against time to get to you. And it's saying that now it's aware of the fact that we're going to have to bust through this to get to the person that we want. So, you know, we may be the ones erupting day by day, but they're going to erupt at one moment. We're going every day asking for readings, asking for advice, asking for help to guide us through, as women do. But the men, they're the ones having to bust their ass and go put in that physical effort and work, okay? All right? So you putting in the money, they putting in everything else. Or just to tell you, because, you know, you pay for readings, but do you understand what I'm saying? They're the ones who are going to have to, like, fight for it and go forth with the movement. Because they're the ones in situations or relationships that aren't working, and they're constantly being reminded about it by being in a relationship that has nothing to do with what they know and what they feel. Imagine that sort of torture. But it goes hand in hand. You two are a mirror. You're just both going to go through the same things in your own ways, in your own lives, to bring you together. You know? Okay, King of Pentacles, Two of Cups. It's Nine of Cups and, excuse me, and the Queen of Cups, okay? And, all right, so we got Knight of Cups. And so, you know, right now he's dreaming about you. I think a lot of us, I think the secret here is knowing that we are a twin flame journey and that we're not the only ones going crazy or trying to really work for this. But some of us have to realize and bite our tongues that if they're in a situation, the best thing they can do is try to find their common ground of who they are in situations of love, teamwork, and effort before they go into another situation where that's meant to be for them. So it's not going to just be like, oh, until we eliminate those blocks, until we see clearly where it is that we need to be, how we need to get there. First of all, stepping into your own and understanding who you are, and so that you can know what you have to do and how you incorporate into this twin flame journey. You know, it's levels. And you're like, well, how? Why? If I did it, well, you know that better than anybody. It's because if you realize, because there's no way that after you meet this person that you don't start to see your discrepancies and your faults. Okay, and they're not just about you being a cheater or smacking your bubble gum too loud. You know, we got to get past that. So it's about the blocks and the childhood trauma that everyone is going through. And he's going through that childhood trauma, and he gets to remember that because of you. Twin flame journey. Don't take all the credit. You know what I'm saying? And I think at this point he's not taking all the credit. If he's getting any credit, he's giving it straight to you. Okay, saying thank you, because actually I don't know what I would have done. It takes some people a long time to say, you know what, where I am is not good enough for me. And I do get a sense that this divine partner, divine masculine, divine feminine, feels very bad for those people that they have to leave behind, because, you know, you start feeling the sentimental value for people that you've been with, that you love, that you knew you loved, even way before you knew about this kind of love. You know, and it's not that they made a pact to stay together forever. It's the fact that you didn't know anything about this love. And if you were to draw this picture, it would have been you and that person. It would have been them and the karmic. Now you found a love that's worth it, and that's what you need and what you want. It's who you are. But now you have to put in some work for it. So it's like a double whammy. It's like a double whammy, and then this person is not being able to live their lives without putting forth that effort. God said, at least put forth the effort. That you want this, that you can have this, that you know this is you. And if you know that it's you, if you want it, even where you are with your karmic partner, well, let's put in that effort. But, you know, unfortunately and fortunately for us, the more you work, the more you put forth that effort, the more you'll see where you are, and the more you're going to want better for yourself. Okay? So that's what I've got to say for the divine masculine. Thank you so much for watching, and stay blessed. Peace, love, and encouragement. Light, and see you in the next light year. Bzz.